Alright guys, I want to give you a quick look at what I bought on my recent trip to the Amish. I went to about 8 communities in 3 states, Kentucky, Ohio, and Virginia. I love stopping at Amish stores, variety stores, food stores, whatever. It can be a lot of fun to see what they have in these stores. So the first place I stopped was the Walker Valley Market in Harrisburg, Virginia. They've got a really nice store there, one of my favorites. One thing they've got a ton of is maple syrup, so I picked up some of that there. This is A&E Maple, and it's actually from Danville, Ohio, which they're Amish living there, so pretty sure this is Amish made. This is a bottle was $7, so they have quite an extensive collection of that there, and you'll see that in the video that I do on that store. I grabbed some peanut butter filled pretzels. Those are always a fun snack. I also got some fried okra, but I ate most of that, so can't show you. Next is Hoppin' Frog Jam, and if you've heard of frog jam, obviously it's not made from frogs, but the acronym here is fig, raspberry, orange juice, and ginger, okay? And the hoppin' comes from the addition of jalapenos. And so this has got a spicy kick to it. It says it's homemade by the Chupp family right in this community. So they've got a number of canned goods there. I also got a really good Reuben sandwich there, which I'll show you in that video. And I grabbed another maple syrup can. This is kind of a turpentine looking can. Can was just too cool to pass up. And this is also made there locally. Okay, so that was $8.75. That's the partial haul from this Walker Valley Market. So for this next one, I had to go outside. I got a couple of bundles of firewood from an Amish place in Kentucky. It wasn't a store or anything. It was just a sign on the side of the road, right over someone's mailbox. Often what you'll see in some of these communities, people selling something, and they just throw up a simple hand-lettered sign. So that's how I knew this guy was selling firewood. And I went back and had a good visit with him, actually. He was very talkative, really friendly guy. They just basically bundled these up for me. I think I gave him $11 for these 2 bundles. So I think he said they'd been drying for 3 years. I'll give these to my brother, who has a wood stove, and I think he'll be able to make some use of this wood here. So the next store I visited, also in Kentucky, this was one that was kind of hiding in plain sight. It actually didn't have any kind of a sign on it, but I noticed a couple of vehicles parked out front, so I decided to take a shot, and sure enough, there was a store there. So I got a couple things. This is just a neat little variety store. Got a lot of like fabrics and things, and just a whole bunch of different home items. This is something I got from my mom. They had a number of these like family tributes. I don't know what it is exactly. I guess you just stand it on a desk. Just a gift there. And yeah, it was $5.95. So they had some for like grandpa and daughters and so forth. So Mom hopefully will like that. I also got this. This is a Amish directory, church directory for the settlement. And Amish produce these directories for their communities, where they basically have all the church members in the directory. They have like a little history of the community, usually who started it, when did it start. They also may have the business listings, which is something that's interesting for me in particular. So grab this little booklet for, I don't know, it's like $5 or something. So the lady in this store actually helped me get to my next destination, which I will show you now. She gave me directions to a Bent and Dent store there in the community. And the Bent and Dent grocery stores are really popular in Amish settlements. Basically a discount food store where the products may be, they may be past expiration or close to expiration, or just have damaged packaging. I'm gonna have a video on that store as well, but I picked up a few snacks. Here's like $3 honey roasted almonds. Got a bunch of Rice Krispie treats. Ate a couple of those on the trip already. Just some like protein bars, whatever. These are just kind of things you would see, in a store. So just kind of regular foods. They're not really like Amish, canned foods and things like that. Typically in these stores, you can just get some deals on some, inexpensive discount grocery items. Pretty popular with non-Amish customers, actually. So my next stop the next day was another variety store in a different Kentucky settlement, and I ended up picking up a little health remedy thing called Super Tonic. This is something that I've actually done a video on this before. I mentioned it in one of the videos, And it is a remedy that, well, let's give you the ingredients here. It's fresh ginger root, fresh garlic clove, fresh onion bulb, fresh horseradish root, and fresh cayenne fruit. This is something I've gotten this from my Amish friends before when I've fallen sick at their home. They basically made this homemade. You drink this quite spicy, strong mixture, and then in my case, I just fell asleep next to the stove there and woke up a little later feeling better. I don't know if it was the super tonic or not, but so yeah, it's a neat remedy, I guess. I don't know the science behind it, but it has a nice flavor to it, a nice kick to it. I was basically driving around and taking, dropperfuls of it for several days there, just as like a, I don't know, preventative measure, let's say. So I wasn't really feeling sick or anything, but so super tonic there, that was $14 for that. That there. Whoops, drop in the next item. The next thing is another Amish directory. So this is one for multiple settlements in Kentucky. So the Amish will put out, ones that cover more than just one community as well, especially if they're related settlements. So these are not, in other words, they come from the same background. These are not all from the same origin, but just kind of they put one book together here, so you can kind of see some of these have maps in them, and just a lot of neat guide there. So that was $12. And this place, I got a little bonus gift for my purchase on the way out. I got this cup. Thanks, we appreciate you. And this actually advertises the kitchen, custom kitchen business of the woman who runs the store, her husband. Okay, I think he's a pretty popular business there in the area. So they make custom kitchens. And then I also got a pen. So that's also a business promo pen, but neat to have another pen. Why not? So nice little parting gift. And then it was on to Ohio. So in Ohio, I ended up visiting a community that I'd never been to before, didn't really know anything about before I went there, and ended up surprising me. And I'm going to do a video on how it surprised me exactly. But I ended up finding a little store in this community selling some groceries and foods. I ended up picking up a couple things in this store. One of them was this jar of chow chow, sweet and sour chow chow. Chow chow is a pretty common Pennsylvania Dutch Amish, side dish for dinner. It is mixed vegetables, sugar, vinegar, and salt. That's what you got in there. So, can of chow chow. I assume they make it there. I think I can't remember if I asked them or not, but this was $3. And I also grabbed just a package of milk chocolate pretzels. They didn't have a huge selection in the store, to be honest. It was just some like bulk food stuff, flour, baking supplies, those kinds of things. So this is actually from Walnut Creek Foods. So that's a brand based in Holmes County, Ohio, that actually supplies a lot of these Amish stores with their products, or Amish style stores, let's say. And so you may see that label. So I don't even know. I don't think it's Amish owned, but it sells kind of Amish style stuff. So finally, I ended up in another community in Ohio. This would be in the Oak Hill settlement, and found another grocery store, bulk food store actually, and picked up some different items. This is a bag of almonds. This is also that Walnut Creek brand that I just told you about. Grab a couple bags of combos for the road as a snack. And I got another container of maple syrup. This, I think he said, was made by an Amish producer in Ohio, although they don't have any information on the container on this one. So yeah, that was my stop at the bulk food store. So I also stopped at a furniture store, but didn't buy anything there, though I did a video at that place, so I'll have that out for you as well sometime soon. So guys, let me know in the comments, what do you guys like to buy when you visit Amish stores? I'll be curious to hear about that. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this video. Really appreciate that. And I look forward to catching up with you next time.